In this video, I'm going to give you guys 2 easy ways to sharpen your tungsten without a tungsten sharpener or grinder, whatever you want to call it. You guys should know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll put a picture of one on the screen and I'll also link to one down below. Not sponsored, just to show you guys what it looks like and to give you guys an example. Now, a tungsten sharpener is obviously the best way to sharpen a tungsten. It sharpens the grain correctly, it gets it to a nice fine point. You can control the point of the tungsten, but I just can't bring myself to spend the $300 or $400 minimum to get one. I can see myself spending that kind of money on other kinds of tools, and I know a lot of people can as well. And that's the purpose of this video. Whether you just got started in TIG welding, either way, you're going to dull your tungsten at some point, whether it's because you're using scratch start like me, so the tungsten will just naturally dull, or if you're new and you dip the tungsten a lot, or, you're just naturally, it's going to dull over time, so you're going to want to put that nice fine point on it again. So before I go over these 2 methods, you're going to want to find yourself a cordless drill. Doesn't need to be a good cordless drill, just needs to be a cordless drill with a decent chuck in it. The chuck needs to have a good grip on something. It's just for holding the tungsten. I know you can use your fingers, but I've tried and I personally am not a fan of doing it that way. I would much prefer to have it chucked up in a cordless drill. And that's all you do. You put it up in the chuck, you twist the chuck tightly, and you're good to go. Now, before I go over these methods, don't forget to wear your ear protection and your eye protection, as safety is first. I'd also wear a pair of gloves, as little tungsten shards flying into your hands do not feel good. The first way is probably one of the easiest to do, and that's just using a 4.5-inch angle grinder. Really, it can be any angle grinder, with a regular old abrasive wheel. Now, the abrasive wheel that I have has been used on other materials, so the tungsten will obviously get contaminated, but for the purposes of this video, it'll do just fine. All you need to do is place your angle grinder on a surface so that the wheel is facing up, turn on the angle grinder, and begin to start grinding the tungsten to a point while the wheel is spinning. Now, you're going to want to go in the direction that the wheel is spinning. You're not going to want to go against it. You're not going to want to hold it so that the spindle and the tungsten make kind of a right angle. You're going to want to hold it so that the spindle and the tungsten are almost perpendicular to each other, because that'll give you the right grain. Is this the fastest out of these 2? No. Is it the best out of these 2? No. But this is literally how I sharpened my tungsten for years, and I got along just fine with it. It's a really good method, especially if you're in a pinch and you don't have anything else. The next one is along the same lines, but it's using a bench grinder. Any bench grinder will do. Again, doesn't need to be the best, most expensive. Just use one with a fine grit wheel, not a coarse grit wheel, a fine grit wheel. I find it just makes smaller scratches, which then again leads to a less erratic arc. All you gotta do is the same thing. You turn it on, fire up the cordless drill, and again, you want to grind the tungsten in the direction that the wheel is moving. You don't want to grind against the grain. And the right way is demonstrated by me in this video. You'll obviously see it in the background footage. And the bench grinder makes really quick work of this. It does it in like 10, 15, 20 seconds at the most. And it's a much finer point than the angle grinder could ever make. Okay, that's it for this video. I really hope it helped someone out there. I know a lot of people who are subbed to me are longtime welders or are already in welding, so you probably already know this. But my goal is to try and help everybody, not just my subscribers, with this video. So if you're not subbed and this helped you, great. If it didn't help you, I still hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, I guess that's really it from me. So hopefully I'll see you guys next week.
I don't know what you want.